Go.
Alright, today I'm going to demonstrate to you how to properly juggle and learn the proper steps how to juggle. When I learned how to juggle, my uncle taught me, and what I thought would take 3 weeks actually taught less than a day, so it was really surprising and it's a lot of fun to do. Some of the main benefits of being able to juggle: it's a cool party trick, you can use it as a study break or a break from anything else, and studies actually show that it can improve your cognitive ability if you learn how to juggle. Now, the types of balls you want to use, there's baseballs, which are heavier, which I like using baseballs because they're a little heavier and I feel like I can manipulate them a little bit better. Or you can use tennis balls, in which if you're practicing inside, it's going to be better to use tennis balls because they won't shatter anything or break anything, and they're a little lighter and you might like using something lighter. But the best thing I'd probably say would be a hacky sack or a beanbag ball that's really soft and light, and if it hits the ground it's not going to go anywhere, and I think that's probably the best thing you can learn how to juggle with. Your form and posture, you want to have your arms at a 90-degree angle when you're juggling. You don't want to have them down by your side so the balls are going to go out like this. You want to have them at a 90-degree angle, and when you throw it up, you want it coming from the center of your hand. You don't want it rolling off your fingertips or coming off the back of your hand. You want it coming right from the center of your hand so it goes straight up. And just to show y'all I know how to juggle, and so, I mean, it's really simple to learn once you get the proper steps right. And first thing I want to start out saying is you want to draw yourself an imaginary box. So we have a box right here, 2 corners up here, 2 corners down here, and the whole premise is the balls are just going to be alternating what corners they come from. Your hands will be going in a circular motion like this, and they're just going to go from corner to corner. The first step I'm going to teach you, we're just going to use one ball, and I'm going to use a tennis ball because it shows up a little better. And what you're going to do now is put the ball in your dominant hand, and you're going to just practice throwing it from corner to corner. Your box's 2 corners are up here, you're just going to cross diagonal from corner to corner, back and forth. This is just to get the most basic motion down. And for step 2, we're going to get a little more complicated. You go with 2 balls, and this ball is going to come up this corner, and while this ball is still in the air, you're going to throw this ball to the opposite corner. And so it's going to look like this. And you want to start with your dominant hand when you're just beginning, because it's easier to control when you're starting out with your hand that you're dominant with. And so you're just going to go from corner to corner. Up, up. When this ball reaches this point, you want to be coming across with this hand and throwing it to your other one. The third step is a little more complicated than that one. I call it the throw, throw, and catch. And for this one, you want to have one ball in the back portion of your hand. Now this is a problem, and why you don't want it, if you have really small hands, you're not going to be able to use bigger balls because, well, it's going to be really hard to hold. So you just really want to practice throwing it up. This ball goes to this corner, this ball goes to this corner, and you catch them both. So you go up, up, and catch. That's it for step 3, up, catch. And you're just really practicing right now catching one ball when another ball is in the position at the back of your hand. This is really important because this is where I messed up a lot at the beginning. I was using too big of balls and they kept bouncing out of my hands, and because I don't have the biggest hands. And so the main part about step 3 is keep the ball in the back of your hand and really focus on catching the other 2 balls. Step 4, you want to throw 3 balls up and just let them all drop. So, I mean, these are going to bounce everywhere, but you just want to go 1, 2, 3, and just let them all drop to the ground. And this is just going to kind of create some muscle memory, so you kind of get the feel of it, because you don't want to be overthinking this process. You just really want to just let it happen naturally, and once you practice these steps enough, it's just going to come to you very easily. So you're just going to go up, 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 and just let them all drop. I'll do it one more time. Up 1, across, and then the third one goes up. So when this one's coming up, it's going to reach this corner. You throw this one up to this corner. And while this one's still in the air, the third ball that you had at the back of your hand is is going to go up to the first corner that you threw in. And they're going to end up in this hand. So, see, even sometimes I mess up. So I'll do the baseballs this time. I like doing the baseballs again because they're heavier. I feel like I can manipulate them a little better. So it's just 1, 2, 3, catch in your left hand. 1, 2, 3, catch. Alright, step 5, and we're going to go to full-on juggling here. And this might take a little while to practice and get everything right, but this is where you complete that and you just start juggling completely. So you're going to actually be juggling longer for this. See, my arms are at 90 degrees, my hands are going in a circular motion, my eye positioning is up top. You want your eye positioning up here. You don't want to be looking down at the balls as they're coming into your hand or anything like that. All you want to see the balls is them up here. And once you practice enough, you'll find that your hand's just going to naturally get to the right place. So up, up, up. And if it makes you feel better, you can count the steps out. So if you start out just 1, 2, 3, and stop there. You can practice that move a while until you get it, and then you can eventually go 1, 2, 3, and then have the balls in the back of your left hand, come up to that right corner, come back down, and just keep adding steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And just keep practicing that way. And the muscle memory is really the main key here, and eventually you won't even think about it. Everybody can learn this in one day. Some of the potential problems you might run into is the balls tend to come forward or backward depending on how far you have them in the center of your hand. So remember, arms 90 degrees, center of your hand. You want the balls coming up just like this. You want your back straight. You don't want to be bent over and throwing them. And so you just go up, 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 up. And another problem that could arise, you could throw them backwards. And this comes from just when you're coming up, letting it roll off your fingertips too high, and it's going to come back. Or if you have your arms lower than 90 degrees, they're going to come forward. So when you start throwing, you're going to find yourself having to run out, keep up with the balls. So balls off fingertips, in the middle of the hand, arms at 90 degrees, back straight. Just work up, build your steps up. So 1, 2, 3, that'll be your first step when you get to step 4. And then after that, you can move on to step 5. And just keep adding more steps. Keep getting more comfortable with it, and pretty soon your muscle memory is going to take care of the rest. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you follow these steps, I'm very confident, and I actually guarantee that you'll be able to learn this in a day or less, depending on how much you practice. Thanks.
Woohoo!
Oh, that